Welcome back to part 2 of Be Yourself. I'm here with Karen and Dee Dee Hightower. Today's basically their day to talk about what it means to be yourself, or in a sense, be who they are and what that means to them. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has probably asked these questions multiple times, probably to themselves or to their partner, but be yourself. What did that really mean? I mean, I know for me, if y'all listen to part 1 of Be Yourself, there was a lot of things that I needed to come to terms with, that I needed to learn how to be myself and not let society or my partner or whoever try to dictate who I am as a person. And it took a while. It really did take a while, but today is not about me. It's about these lovely young ladies. And before we get into that, I like playing out a little bit of music. So kick back, relax, listen to this music, and when we come back, we will dive into it. Welcome back. So today's topic is going to be yourself. And this is a special before Thanksgiving, I should say, episode. I would say this is a very personal topic for, I guess, anybody that struggling to be their self. Today, I want to start off with Dee Dee. And I want to know, when you hear be yourself, what did that mean to you?
Dang.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Probably just, I know it's cliche, but like being unique and just being like having your own lane and staying and know when to stay in your own lane. I think a lot of times people like try to be other people as far as like they try to imitate other people. But just like being yourself and being confident within yourself. I think that's what like being me means to me. Just like being comfortable in my own skin and knowing who I am and like who I will be in the future and being just secure with me. Okay. I think that's like my definition of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, have you always, I know that we was already powwow before the show started. Have you always been that confident person, or actually did you ever think like that all the time, or is this something new?
No, and like growing up, like I was very insecure with myself. Like I wasn't comfortable with myself, and I didn't know who I was. And a lot of times, I would have like a journal on the side, and I would write like, I don't know who I am anymore. And I would write it, and I would be so serious. Like, I don't know who I am. Like, if someone asked me, like, oh, what do you like doing? I didn't know. I couldn't answer. I would say, like, oh, like this, it'll be fake. It wouldn't be genuine. Okay. So I didn't know who I was, like, in high school or even in middle school or elementary school. I didn't have a clue. I was just lost in the world. And a lot of times I would lie and, do, like, say, I'm getting happy, or again, I'm confident, and I really wasn't confident. And I just gained my confidence probably like 2018. So it's like
last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and the reason why I gained it is most likely because I was going through like racial stuff in my school, and I had to speak up. It wasn't a matter of me being quiet, because at the time it's like no one will talk about it but me. And I was always in like higher AP classes, so as far as the material goes, I knew it. And a lot of people, that looked like me that were my age, they didn't know. So it was on me to say something. I think that's when I gained my confidence, but I was never confident. I was never confident in myself or what I was becoming in the future. I was never. Like, I was very quiet and timid to myself. So
now, talk about that real quick. I know not a lot of people feel I guess, comfortable talking about race, but I'm not that person because I can talk about pretty much anything. So I'm just going to say, being a black woman in the school that you were, did that really have an impact on you? Like, I know not a lot of, black women would want to talk about this and how that makes them feel. So the social environment, being in a predominantly white school, what type of impact did that have on you?
Oh God! Well,
sorry about that.
No. Well, I was in a predominantly white school from like second grade all the way to my senior year in high school, and it left like a big impact on me. Like, I wasn't comfortable with my own skin, and going to a school that there was no representation of me and being a person of color, I always thought that like being darker was like why is God punishing me in a sense?
Really?
Yeah. I never looked as me being black as a privilege. I looked at it as being disadvantaged. I always looked at it as, I had to always be ahead of everybody else. And elementary school was really tough for me. Middle school got worse because I was bullied through elementary school and middle school because of how I looked and I was darker. And most of the times, boys back then, that were white and also black will pick on me. And they will always tell me, like, you're too dark. And I don't count myself as being dark, but...
She ain't dark.
I'm not.
She ain't dark.
So, they'll be, you're too dark for me. I can't do that. Or, again, like, being on the thicker side, I'm black, they think I'm dark, and I'm heavy set. Not heavy set, but I'm just thicker. Yeah. So, like, I had those three things against me. And I always felt like I wasn't pretty. And it wasn't until freshman year when I got involved with some guy and he fed me things that I wanted to hear. And I think that's when I got trapped because it was a sense of, I know my parents tell me that, but hear from somebody else is like, ooh, okay, it's new. So, yeah, I never was really, especially with my hair, that was like never confidence, especially with my hair.
Well, what's wrong with your hair?
It's because it's not like the long, flowy, like
straight hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like European status. I'm not a European beauty, if that makes sense. Like I had to, like do the sew-ins or like have my hair straight. Like I remember mom like going to you and say I want a perm. Like I don't want my hair to be the coarse hair, and my hair is very, very coarse. I don't have like curly like hair. Like it's very, very coarse. It's like Angela Davis coarse. Like,
okay.
Is that coarse?
Like, damn, girl, this sister done comb that shit.
It's that coarse. So it's like growing up, like in the white area, they're like, "Why's your hair like that?" Like I always say, my hair defines gravity. I'm magical. My hair can define gravity. Can your hair define gravity? I don't think so. So, no, it can't. So,
what's wrong with your hair?
Right?
Shit, ask me about mine. What's wrong with your hair?
So when I got that mentality, which was junior year, I gained a lot more confidence then with my skin and how I looked, and it just. Over time, I had to just be okay with being me. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people are not comfortable with being them. And sometimes, again, it's hard to find who you really are when you have so much going on, like the world aside of you. And you also have the world telling you you're not pretty enough. Like, you have to be lighter. You have to, or have, like, the big butt, the small waist, or, like, the long flowy hair. You can't have coarse hair. So I think it's hard, try to maneuver your way through the world, when the world's coming against you and telling you you're not good enough. Right. So,
do you think that social media, has a big play into that now? Like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, even freaking TikTok now. I don't know if you know about TikTok. Okay. I'm very new to the whole TikTok crave right now. I'm trying to understand it, but do you feel, as a black woman, these platforms, does it help us or I can't say us, I'm not a black woman, sorry. Does it help y'all to identify yourself, or does it destroy you even more?
I think it destroys. It involves a lot of stereotypes, I feel like, because not every black woman is curvy. And I think black women are known to be very curvy. Right. And some of my friends, they're not curvy, and some are curvy. And it's like, they will put themselves down because like, oh, Deanna, you're curvy. And I'm like, and your point being what? And they're like, well, you don't understand how I feel because, I'm black, I have coarse hair, and I'm not curvy. I'm not the stereotypical black woman. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't think about that. And with me, it's like, I am curvy. Like, I have coarse hair, yeah, but it's like, I'm not dark skinned, no. And it's like, okay, maybe I do play in that stereotypical. But I do think social media does play a huge impact because it's like if you don't have a certain, like I'm supposed to word this. Like, for example, I feel like people make trends, and I feel like when it comes to being black, it's not a trend; it's a lifestyle. Being black is not a trend. Having a natural big butt or curves or big boobs, that's not a trend. That's someone's livelihood. That's that you walk and breathe every single day. That's someone's life. And I feel like people always try to put a trend of big lips and the small little nose, and it's like, no. And again, like, I don't have big lips. I have a small little nose, and people assume like, oh, you can't be black because you don't have the stereotypical looks. And it's like, well, I am black. I don't know what to tell you, but I am black. So I think social media, it does play an effect. And you see stars like Kim Kardashian or like Black China or Amber Rose, and it's like, dang, like, their bodies are nice, but it's like they pay for all that. That's not real. Like, that's a fictional world they live in, I feel like. So I feel like it does play a part. And as far as knowing who you are, it plays a bigger part, because now you're going into like being insecure. You don't know who you are, and you fall in a trap of like going to plastic surgery or finding a way to adjust your body by wearing like those corsets, and it makes your waist so skinny. And it's like, okay, that's not okay. But again, social media does play a part in how you view yourself, and if you don't have an idea of who you are, it can trap you. It can definitely trap you.
Okay. I want to shift the focus over to Karen real quick. Basically, same question for you. Like, being yourself, you know what I'm saying? What do that mean for you?
Well, first, I think everybody has a time to develop. Because we don't really know who we are or what we are until later on in life. And just to piggyback on what Deanna said, there's a singer. I love her confidence. I think her name is Lizzo. I love her confidence, because you know what? She represents just being a woman.
Do you think it's genuine?
I do.
Okay.
I really do. I do think it's genuine, because when she performs, she comes out how she is. She has on these little skimpy things, and she's not ashamed of her body. Okay. So that's a perfect example of her being who she is. Okay. And I always tell people, how you meet me is how I am. Okay. And a lot of people say, well, okay, but I don't know what that means, because over time people do change. People do change if they want to fit your circle. Okay, yeah. And I always feel like, in order for to be a leader, you have to be a good follower.
I believe that's what.
And I always believe to the fact where, and this happened when we're younger. We happen to go with the masses.
Yes.
But then later on in life, you realize, like, this is not me.
That's true.
What they're doing, I can't be part of this. So then you begin to figure out how you are and what you like, and what attracts you. Certain things in life attract people for whatever reason that is. Yeah. And I think once you find out what attracts you and what keeps your interest, that's how you start becoming who you are. Yeah. And not becoming Susie Q or whoever, the popular people. Okay. You know what I mean? And just to go back onto what Deanna said, when we first moved here, her and Devon were new. So we had to get to know the area. Yes, I can say there's probably maybe a handful of black kids that was in the school. Four. Okay.
And it was from kindergarten to 5th grade.
Right. Sure. So she had the fact where majority of the people that was around her were white. So we would tell her at home, you're beautiful. You're gorgeous. The complexion of your skin is awesome. But then when she goes outside of the home, now remember, your home is your safety net.
That's true.
When you go outside of the home, what are they coming against? So although at home, she can be who she is. But when she gets in school, now I have to fit the crowd. When she got into elementary school, she was not Deanna. She started being elementary,
middle school, 6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade. Right. When she started being rowdy, she want to be. You will hear her before you see her. Okay. Because she came with that. I'm gonna tell you off. I'm gonna do this. But then she said, "Mom, that's not me." Okay. And I recalled the conversation that we had. I said, "Well, baby girl, you can't beat nobody but you." Sure. She can't fit my shoes. I can't fit her shoes. Right? We all wear different sizes. We may wear the same me and my daughter, she's taller than me, so we don't wear the same size shoes. But I may have another person that wear the same size 6, but the feet may be wider. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I can't fit your shoes.
Yeah.
That shoe was purposely paid for and bought by you because that's you.
Yep.
Your style is different. So within time and with life, you begin to feel, I need to develop myself. Okay, I'm the type of person where I love fashion. I love Timberlands. I love Nikes. I can put on some sweatpants. But people look at me and say, but you're bougie. But that's not, you know what I mean? I'm developing on who I am because of what I like.
Yeah.
And I like to be versatile. I like to wear sneakers. I like to wear Timberland boots. But then on certain days, I like to be in heels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're going to know me for who I am from day one when you first meet me.
Okay. I like
You
that.
know, so when you yourself, people would know you're genuine. They would know that you're genuine.
Now, in society, like I always wanted to get an insight on how the world, or how, I guess, for 2 Black women, how do you feel like the world view y'all? Oh, damn, okay.
You know,
Okay.
sometimes as angry, which I'm still trying to figure that out. And then sometimes people will look at us, and if I'm thinking about something and you look at my face reaction, you think I have an attitude.
Okay.
And I could be thinking about some things. I could be thinking about work, or, okay, what am I preparing when I get home for dinner, whatever the case may be. But a lot of times people will look at us and think that we should be this.
What is that? Like what?
It could be anything. It could be to the fact where, okay, like I'm short. I'm 5 even.
Huh.
You're 4'11".
I'm about to say, last time I checked, she was 4'11". Trying to add that extra, then stop lying to yourself.
Instead of being yourself, I'm myself. I'm 5 even. Y'all don't believe him. I'm 5 even.
So don't lie then.
No, I'm not lying.
Tell the truth
I went
then.
for my physical. She said I'm 5 even with my ponytail on top. But
Yeah, exactly. 4'11". Let's keep going.
yeah, so a lot of times, or people would think, you know, how we dress or what we do, you know, they would think that we're this and that we're not. Oh, they got money because we look a certain way. No, you know, get to know who we are. Get to know who Karen Hightower is. Get to know who Deanna Hightower is. And then you will understand that we are who we are and we're being ourselves because that's all we know how to be.
Okay.
You know, and I think once you are true to yourself and you're honest with yourself, people will begin to gravitate to you, not to be like you, but forward to the fact where I like their thinking. You know, now I can stand on my own 2 feet. My legs and my confidence is what gives me the strength to stand taller. So, yes, okay, so according to Dion and Ty, y'all, they think I'm 4'11", but my confidence in who I am...
She's 4'11".
My confidence of who I am and me being myself makes me taller.
Okay.
If that makes sense, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
To the fact where people, and I was telling my kids too, be a trendsetter. Be a trendsetter. And it don't have to be clothes. It could be to the fact where she's a go-getter.
Yeah.
That's who she is. My son's a perfect example. He's a go-getter. Whatever he puts his mind to, that's who he is. So people gravitate to him because he shows a sense of leadership. So I think when society looks at us as Black women, they need to understand that that's not by the color of our skin, but by our ways in life, how we walk. And I never knew this until I was told by another coworker that my walk is a walk of authority.
I can see that.
I never knew that.
I can see that.
And I'm
I see
like,
that.
wow. That
good,
was,
though.
to me, that was powerful.
Yeah, I want to say that. I think that's good. I think that shows respect, confidence in yourself, and that you're not threatened by others.
Right.
But as we all know, that walk, that demeanor threatens everybody else.
Yeah.
But why?
From what I gather, they're not comfortable and they're not confident in yourself. And get on a deeper level, I personally feel like a lot of people don't want to see us in power, or they're not used to seeing, you know, young Black men or Black women being in authority without somebody else backing them up.
Right.
So
right.
when, just for you to walk into a room, and I know you personally, like you do walk in a room, you don't demand,
Right.
Respect. It's
Right.
just that's who you are.
Right.
Like you walk in and like, I'm not worried about Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like, I'm coming in here like, hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? I'm not worried about the next woman or the next man, stuff like that. This is who I am.
Right.
Not a lot of people are like that. I mean, whether you're a male or a female, whether you black or white, like
Right.
not a lot of people has that confidence to walk into a room and just be like, yo, what's up? What's going on?
Right.
I know for myself, when I talk with authority. Like, I don't doubt myself because I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Right.
believe in myself.
Right.
I mean, I believe in the capabilities of me.
Right.
I know what I can bring to the table.
Right.
I know what's my capability. And even what you said to, like, knowing how to stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Like, I operate in my lane. I know my flaws.
Right.
I don't gravitate to my flaws.
Right.
I mean, but I put the spotlight on my flaws so I can work on it. But that's being me. Like, I know I'm not perfect. So I'm not going to portray, like you say, I'm not going to portray to be something that I'm not.
Right. Right.
Like, this is
right.
who I am. Take me
Right.
for who I am.
Exactly.
I mean, prime example, I'm not an emotional person. I would never be an emotional person. I tried to, I kid you not.
Right.
And it's funny how you were saying, like, in like high school and middle school, like you were trying, I did the same thing too. I not in that, I guess, in that deep level, trying to figure out who I was as a person. I think I said it a couple of times that people wanted me to act and be more emotional. And I'm like, okay, I would try to do that. But logically, I understand what that is. So I can portray, anger, laughter, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But it wasn't genuine. And to be honest, it's more work to be somebody else than being yourself. Like, shit, like, to be honest, I think when I came home to my mom and I was talking to her, and I told her, like, Mom, like, why do people want to be emotional? Like, shit, like, that's draining. Like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck why do you want to go through all these emotions every day?
Yeah.
And she's like, baby, listen, some people are just like that.
Right.
Just like you are different. There's other people that don't recognize that they're emotional, and
Right.
that's how they operate. You can't fault them from being who they are. Just like you trying to understand yourself.
Right.
Maybe they're trying to understand themselves.
Exactly.
Like, but what she told me is like, stop trying to be like them. Just be you. And the best thing about it, when you be you, the people that's supposed to be in your circle will make time to be with you.
Exactly.
Stop trying to fit in a circle, to be honest, that you don't belong in. And that's okay. You don't belong in every circle.
No, you don't.
And it's perfectly fine, because once you cut out the people that you don't need to be with,
Right.
it leaves you room for all the people that need to be in your life.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I learned that at an early age. And like for the schooling thing for you, Didi, like I don't think I ever saw like the whole black and white thing. Not saying that it wasn't in my faith. It was. It didn't bother me because I think because my mother already, I guess, gave me the tools to understand, like, that people are not gonna like you just because of your color. Like just off rip.
Conversation. Exactly.
Yeah, just off rip. Like,
Exactly.
she told me, like, you can be the richest person or
Right.
whatever, the funniest person.
Right.
There's gonna be days that people don't like you because your skin.
Exactly.
And I was just like, what? She's like, yeah. There's people out there that could give two shits about you.
Right.
But don't let it stop you.
Exactly.
Like, who cares? Because
Right.
to be honest, it's not about you.
Right.
Okay, is that
Right.
that's their personal feelings against whatever. And if you want to feed into that, now that's on you.
Right.
Like if you want to convince people to like you, then that's your fault. Like that's literally your fault.
Yeah.
And my mother was from the South. Like, she was a black woman from the South in the 40s. So talk about diversities and racism, like shit. She could write the book about it. Like, she was like injected into the whole movement of racism. So when she talked about it, it came from a personal experience.
Exactly.
So I was born in the 80s. I'm not saying that it wasn't a lot of racism, but it wasn't like back in the 40s.
Right.
So she was giving me the tools, and she was helping me to understand, like, I can't teach you about being a man and understand being about a black man in society, but I can tell you what they're going to expect from you as a man.
Exactly.
Okay, because across the board, whether you're in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or even 2019, it's still going to be the same thing.
Exactly.
Some people are just not going to like us.
Right.
And all right, so we had a little mix up, so I just have to just edit and cut that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I just don't like the fact that society actually, I don't know, makes us feel like we're less than something. And good point on what you were saying, that social media is kind of degrade y'all. I'm not a woman, so I don't necessarily see it. I hear about it. I can't necessarily relate to it, but I do hear from a lot of different women, black and white, more so black, that it is fucked up. And I'm curious now. And you said that you're dating, right?
No.
So we're not going to talk about that?
I did. I am doing me and working on myself.
Karen like, no. Sorry.
Be you though. Tell me so I know.
Be you, boo-boo.
Tell me so I know.
Do what you do. Okay, now, as a black woman being out there, I know there was a couple of references that you were saying about being curvy, not being curvy and stuff like that. Is it hard for you to date? And the only way I can put it, being the woman that you are now.
Yes.
It is.
Yes,
okay.
Because plenty of times, like, I wish that I was like flat as a pole. Just like
why?
Because I feel like I don't know why I think this, but I'm being honest though. Like, I always thought that when it comes like like with white women, they're not. Some are. Like I'm denying that, but not. Majority of them are kind of not curvy, like curvy
okay.
to like black standards, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like some are just like, like A cups, little booty, not that big, So it's like
she's like very animated right now, right?
like
weird. Okay.
Not like a cake, but a cupcake. Like it's just
cupcake. Okay.
not fully there.
Okay.
But I felt.
Not well developed. You trying to say
they're developed.
Okay,
but
just not fully baked all the way. Or, no. She said cupcake. So maybe
are we in a cooking class right now?
Like, she said cupcake. I mean, that's
Okay, hey, well, I'm trying to think of like a superstar. Okay, take Scarlett Johansson for the example.
She's sexy as hell.
Yeah,
she's very attractive. But as far as curvy, she's not curvy as like Nicki Minaj or like like.
Good point.
Yes.
You're like, yes, I got
point.
that one.
Yes.
But what makes her sexy is who she is.
Okay, I get that, but because my thing. So, like Scarlett Johansson, like she's not curvy. Like she's curvy to her standards. Yes. So I felt like I have to be like that. Like I wanted like a flat and like little booty and like flat.
So more like Scarlett Johansson's body.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I felt like men won't judge me off of like my body as far as being curvy. They'll judge me based off like my character. So I felt like when you have a nice body, when you are very, very curvy, men are gonna think like they're gonna think like body. They're not gonna think like she could be a nice person. So it's like I feel like if my curves were more not so curvy and more so like just like
portion wise,
then it wouldn't be a problem for me like dating or having guys look at me because I have men that are like your age, basically, or like 20.
What you mean about that, huh?
Like 30.
I know, right? I'm about to take off my jacket. What you mean, yo? What you mean?
No, like 30s, like late 20s, and then at the time I was like 16, 17. Look at me, like dang, like she good, and I'm like I'm a minor.
I can put you in jail,
right? Like
stay away,
get locked up. So it's like I always felt like I had to have like. Look at like that flat body, so I can like make it attract to me as not with my body, but maybe with my face rather than my body.
Okay, but then can I say something about that? Okay, so that's what you're saying that if you were built like that, right? Mm-hmm. But then you also have men who wants a woman who is curvy. So basically, you can't please everybody, but how your body is shaped, you have to love your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I really truly believe that when you love yourself and how you got some people out there who are and Deanna's she has a beautiful shape. You have some people who are very shapely. You have some people who are not shapely. I'm going back to Lizzo again because she's a heavyset woman, but she's beautiful because her confidence makes her that way.
But it also comes with my environment. Like my environment wasn't as far as like uplifting curvy women. Like, and if you are uplifting them, it's for like sexual like benefits. It wasn't just because like you're a nice person.
Right,
or like
right.
So like again like going to a school that's predominantly white, all you see is one body shape, and here I come. It's like I don't fit the mold, and I feel like a lot of guys when they did like me or try to approach me, they didn't know how to because they're like, she's different. I don't know how to like go about doing this. Or like they will look at me for one thing and be like, damn, I could hit that. And I've been told that plenty of times. Like, I will hit that. And I'm
Right.
like, excuse me? Like,
Right.
you hit what? Like, what you trying to aim at right now? So I feel like if I had a body of, like, again, like, kind of stereotypical white girl, but I shouldn't say that, but technically a stereotypical white girl, it wouldn't be as bad for me as far as,
But
like,
you don't know that, sweetheart.
I don't know that.
Right,
But
you don't know
I'm
that.
judging off of how guys interact with them, of how it would be with me. So I get, I'm pretty sure they go through their own standards of, like, if they had a curvier body, then they'll get more guys. I'm pretty sure they do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure every woman wishes they had some body parts that are more enhanced.
Right.
I get it.
But like I told my daughter, and I'm real, I told my daughter that if a guy is attracted to you and he really wants to get to know you, but he is scared to approach you because of, number one, you're very smart, you're curvy. If he doesn't have enough courage as a young man to approach you, to get to know you, then he's sorry.
Yeah.
Plain, you know what I mean? So you can't change your body style to get another guy to be attracted to you to fit their needs. That's not life. Reality is you are curvy because you were born to be curvy. But if any man feels that they can't come to you and talk to you as a true man because he's attracted to you, then he's sorry. A true man, see what he like, is going to come. Now, it's up to you to know what his game plan is. You understand what I'm saying? You know you're shapely. You know that. You understand that. But the thing about it is you also have to see the game being played for far away. So when they do come, you're only approaching me because I'm shapely. You're not even you don't even want to know me for me. You're just looking at my body shape. So I was telling everybody's story is different. And just going back to what Deanne said, when I was younger, I wasn't curvy like my daughter is in her age. You know what I mean? Yes, I had the big breasts, but I didn't have a behind like her. I didn't have that.
Say it like that.
I'm just saying. You do. You're very well proportioned. You're very well proportioned. Where for me, I didn't have that. I just had the boobs, and then people were calling me milk truck in 5th grade. Yes, milk truck.
Okay.
Oh, the milk is free today. So I didn't have that. So in a way, I felt like I was flat chested because I'm being picked on for having boobs in the 5th grade. You know what I mean? So it took my mom to say to me, listen, that's just who you are. You're just blessed with that. And as you get older, time is going to develop you all over. Right? So that's the physical body. And now we're talking about the mental and being who you are, being yourself. That's going to come within time because life is going to bring you situations that you're going to be able to handle so that way you can develop who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So if we always had it where we want this and we want that and we're not being who we are. So we all of us go through life in different experiences.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a fact where your experience in life may be different from mine, which it was. I had boobs. I didn't have a butt. And then I felt like, okay, if I could be flat chested, I could be more accepted in the group. But because I was heavy chested, no girls want to be around me because I was blessed and they wasn't. But the guys wanted to be my friend only because I was heavy chested. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing about it is within time I had to learn how to be me. Karen, what is it that you want? What is it that you want to do in life? What makes you happy in life? So once I figured all that by life experience, now I can say, I know, and I'm glad I am who I am. Be yourself. And this is me. This is when you see me, you see me. And people just have to understand that's just what life is all about. So love you for you, baby girl.
I'm good now.
Yeah, I know
Back
you
then I
are.
wasn't so good.
No, I know you
Back then
are.
they ain't want me, now they all on me.
Exactly. But when you go off to college, there's going to be somebody who's going to have that same experience later on in life now that you experienced earlier.
Yeah.
So you have to let them know, like, listen, and I love that phrase, be you, boo. Be you. Because can't nobody outdo you. Can't nobody outdo me because I'm me. Can't nobody outdo Dee Dee because you Dee Dee. And Ty, can't nobody outdo you because you Ty. No matter how they try, they can't. And one thing I have to say this. You got a lot of people out there who are walking fake IDs.
Yes, they are. Yes, it's true. Definitely, I definitely agree with that one. I definitely want to say this real quick. I want to shift the topic real quick. One thing that you said, actually, you both said this. Do y'all have any idea what men actually really want?
No clue, because I feel like every man's different.
They are.
So it's like I have no idea. But like back in my back in my environment, I see that and that only. But like now I'm going to like HBCU, which is like a predominantly black school. It's gonna be something different.
Morgan State, y'all. Morgan State. I had to put it out there. Morgan State. Okay, go ahead.
Somebody's proud.
I'm telling you.
So being in my environment in high school, like I was around white people. So it's like that's all I know is like what they want, what white guys want. I didn't know what like black guys want or other races want because I knew what one race wanted. So going to like an HBCU, an all black school, it's gonna be different because like every black man's different, like every white guy is different. But at the time, the white guys that I interacted were all the same. There wasn't no difference. They dressed the same, they talked the same and everything. So I was like, this is what you want. But now like stepping into the real world, like at a university, everyone's different. You know, not every guy likes one body shape. Like, it's diverse. So I think, like, back then, I wanted, like, you know, I tried to fit that mold. But I feel like now that, like, I've been in the world as far as, like, going to community college and going to this university, it's like, every guy's different. So, no, I don't know what every guy wants or what guys want, period, because every guy's different. Everyone has a different preference.
But that's when we ask.
Yeah.
You know, we come out, like, again, I'm very direct. You approach me, and I'm like, okay, what do you want?
You know that you will never get the answer.
No, I'm going to get a lie before I get the truth. You know, but again, that's when the private eye. Exactly. Because I feel like this, you can tell, you got some good liars out there now. You got some really good liars, but know the game. And as us, as women, we need to know the game. So if a guy comes in, I say, okay, you know what, you a player. I could just see it all over you. You know, and you come with these questions like, hey, how you doing? You know, and it's like, good, how are you? I'm doing good. You know, so I'm just, you know, you was running across my mind. Dude, you didn't even know me. You just saw me today.
Fair enough.
You see what I'm saying? So if I'm coming to you being honest with you, then I respect the same thing in return. So no, I don't know what a man wants. And I don't think it's fair that we put men in one category.
That is so true. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
I don't think
a lot of people
fair.
do that, and it's not fair because, and not for nothing. I can speak for the 1%, and that's me right here. Do you know how hard it is to approach a woman? Like, do you have any idea just to get the confidence to come up, whether you black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever, just to come up to a potential woman that you want to get to know, to try to formulate any type of sentence to say, hey, I like you. I mean, being direct, like how you said that you like direct.
Right.
Some people can't be direct. Some people might need to break the ice with some type of laughter or some type of game to try to get your attention.
Right.
Some people are direct. Some people are more geeky. They might talk about science. Either way, like the approaches are different. But that initial thought from point A to point B, do you know that's the most scariest thing that a man can ever walk? And it's like in our head is like a whole hour. It could be like 2 seconds from let's say from the chair to the bar. It could be a whole hour that has went by in their head. It's like, okay, I really like this woman right here. But based off of what I see now, how she's dressing, how she's carrying herself, I don't think she's into me. So let me change my approach because maybe my approach won't get me in the door. So we are doing the same thing. We are judging, but judging ourselves based off of y'all appearances. And seeing like, okay, let's say for you, Karen, let's just say that you basically sitting at the bar, you all dressed up and you probably had like a fucked up day at work and you don't want to, talk to people. But you had this look about you like, kind of welcoming but not welcoming. Somebody might take that like, okay, I want to talk to you, but maybe when you turn around and give them that look like, go fuck off, I mean, that can destroy their ego and maybe it's just the wrong time to approach you. And same thing for you, Diddy, like maybe just being smart for some people. And this is my honest opinion. A person
I went with your looks because that's what we was talking about. I'm not saying, okay, calm down.
No, because I think what you, I don't want to assume anything, so I'm going to let you finish saying what you got to say. She know why I gave that look, because you gave it away when you just said, because you're smart. Yeah. But I'm going to let you finish what you going to say to her.
I'm about to get my ass handed tonight, so.
No, I think I'm going to be on your side. On your side. Okay. So I'm going to look at her while you speaking to her. Go ahead, Ty. Tell it, preach, Ty.
So, because of your intellect, most men won't approach you.
Say it again, please. Say it again. Say it again.
Do you want me to say it in Spanish? Okay. Because of your intellect, most men won't approach you. They're going to feel threatened by you. I'm taking that's a thing that's going on.
Right? Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said.
Okay.
That's why I said.
I just want to make sure that I'm home on the right page.
Yes, because that's what she keeps saying. You know, Mom, these guys, they don't approach me, they don't talk to me, and I said to Deanna, I said, you have a high standard. You understand what I'm saying? And I said, and if this individual is interested in you, then you know what? He can at least meet you halfway. But you don't lower your standards to get any man's attention.
No, you don't.
You keep that standard here. And if he come in here, and then, because sometimes you may have it where a man's standard is higher than that woman's standard.
That's true.
And you know what you do? You work your way to get where he is.
That's true.
So the thing about it is I totally agree what you're saying, because I've been preaching this to her for years. I'm telling you. That's why I said I know where you were going with this, and I'm so glad it came from you, because when it comes from mom and dad, it's her. She hear it, but she don't listen, and it's like, yeah. You're just saying it because you love us and you're our parents. But when it comes to another man who can look at you as that's my niece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Knew you and trained you. Yeah. And he's saying this to you. It has to be true. So that means you already in the field of who you are.
But going back to like just being you, I feel like a lot of times with me, as far as like, since I'm very intelligent, I give myself props for that. I worked very hard to be very intelligent.
Yes,
so you know.
Yes, you did.
So I feel like since I have that sense of intelligence, I sometimes lower and I won't be myself, because again, like growing up, I was bullied, I was picked on. I didn't have that like guys didn't find me attractive. So, you know, naturally people that experience that, they will act out in some type of way. It doesn't have to be negative, it could be positive, but just they will act out. And the way that I acted out was I will lower my standards. I would not meet the full potential, because I in my mind I felt like I had to be with somebody, and that was the insecure part of me that wasn't secure enough to, you know, just do it on myself and just be comfortable in your own skin. So I felt like I had to lower my standards, you know, intelligent wise, to be on this guy's standards, and I just wasn't comfortable being me. And I think now that I gain the confidence and I'm more secure with myself and my body and my intelligence, that I just don't care. And it's like at the moment, like if you're not on my level, it's not disrespect, because I always tell people, like, if you're not on my level, it's perfectly fine. Not everyone is privileged to, you know, have the, you know, intelligence or schooling, because people go to poor schools and it's not their fault, it's just their district. So I give people a chance. It's like, listen, like, if you're not on my level, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to be on my level and you're working toward being on my level, I'm gonna give you a chance. But if you're like, if you don't want better for yourself, you're not pushing to be better, it's like, no. And that took time for me to fully understand, because at the moment, like, you know, when I was like, again, 16, what happened when I was 16? What happened when I was 16? But like when I was 16, like, I didn't understand. I thought I had to always build people up. I always thought, like, you know, if they're not privileged enough, it was my job to make. I don't know. No. I think I'm a very, very giving person, and it's like I feel like I give too much of myself to people a lot, and I give people way too many chances. And I felt like, you know, yeah, I know.
I don't care. Side.
I know.
She's learning.
But at the time, I thought that's me. I'm a very giving person. Like, if you're in need, I will give. But I feel like with being you have to limit yourself as well. And I feel like some people that they know who they are sometimes don't know the limits. And I feel like when you know your limit, that's when you draw back. You're still yourself, but just draw back a little with certain people. Now with like my best friends or my mom and my dad, I give my all. That because I know it's the same in return. It's a give and exchange type of thing. But I feel like with some people, like relationships, you just can't give 110% right off the gate, and that's exactly what I did. I just
Every single time.
Every time, Mom, I'm pretty sure you.
Wait. I'm sorry. You say it again. You give 110%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
No, I just want to make sure I heard that right because I'm like, wait.
But even before, because me and you butted heads with my past relationship, and times like where.
It's like, no.
Hey, I can imagine.
And times where like he was like, yeah, I need you right now, and zoom. Like, and my mom would like, stop running, and I'm like, but he needs me. He needs me right now. And that's just how I am. Like, my friend can call me right now, like, yeah, I need you. All right, where you at? That's me. But also I have to realize I can't do that every single time. I can't. Like, that's emotionally draining.
I got a question for you because I say this to a lot of women, and not to single out women, but I do feel like more women do this, but I'm pretty sure guys does that too. When you actually find the right person that you want to be with, and be honest, do you think that you would be able to give your all?
No.
I thought so.
Because I say that because I gave my all in like my previous relationships.
Exactly.
And it's like, now I'm gonna like withdraw. And I know a couple guys I talked to, you know, I've not dated, but just like talked to date, but we never got that far. And they'll tell me you're very closed off. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they were like, you don't like, you talk, yeah, but like you're blunt. Like you're just that it is what it is, and that's it. And it's true. Like, I give my standards off the gate. If you don't have it, bye. Because I don't got time for it. And I tell every guy that I don't got time to playing games with you. What do you want? And that's how I come off. Like, now
put your hand down, girl.
No, but now that I experienced that, that's how I come up. And it's not, you know, if I'm like at like a social gathering or whatever, and a guy comes up, I'm not gonna go to a guy that I don't know. But if I know you and it's been a while and we're talking or whatever, I'm gonna tell you like straight up, I'm not playing games with you. What do you want? And I come off just like that. And they're like, because I don't got time. Because I feel like now I don't got time for playing games. And it's more so like I just don't want to get hurt again. Okay. So I let my standards be known from the beginning. Like what do you want as far as a relationship? Where do you see us going? Mm-hmm. Like, what is it? And that's just. But
you're not giving people time to get to know you.
No.
You shutting it down before it gets there. The reason why I said it because how you was talking, I see this in a lot of women that got hurt. And again, I'm not just saying just women. Men do the same thing too. It's just we do it in a different way. But giving yourself 110% every single time to a person that technically don't deserve 110%, yeah. I always believe, or I still believe, that do set you up for failure. And the guy or the man that's supposed to be with you eventually, you're putting too much of restriction on that person. Now it's like that you got this wall, this moat, this firing range that they got to go through just to get to know you because somebody hurt you so much that they have to prove their worthiness to you. And I'm not saying men shouldn't prove themselves, but they should prove it for their self, not because some other man did something to you.
Yeah.
To put up walls and obstacles and this ring of fire and this moat and this other wall and then this passcode and God knows, like the list goes on. Mm. Not for nothing, most men will just give up probably at the wall. Because, I mean, the wall itself, I mean, we didn't build the wall.
True.
Like, we didn't do that. Now, it do take a very strong man, I kid you, and this is where the whole false pretense comes into play. If a man is willing enough to go through all that, then he deserved me. That's a bullshit lie. How is it that we have to go through all the hurt, all the bullshit that somebody else did just to get to you to prove that we love you? How do that make sense? I mean, I'm a guy. Like, yeah. Please make me understand. Like, I'm just knowing you.
I can. Let me just for me myself and for me and Eric when we met, in my previous relationships, I had to fight dudes. I mean, literally throw up the hands and fight dudes. You know, I'm small. The guys were like 6'1",
goddamn,
200 something pounds, and I'm like throwing up the hands. And that's why I always said I'd rather fight dudes. the fight. No, that's not, it doesn't matter. But at that time, because I wasn't the one that you can just say what you want to say and disrespect me, and I would say to the guys, you raise your hand, I'm gonna break it in midair. Whatever hand you raise in the air to hit me with, I'm gonna make sure I break that hand in midair. Right? Because I wasn't born to be anybody's punching bag.
Yeah,
I was born here to live the same opportunity you were given to give life, same opportunity I'm living to give life.
Okay.
So when I met my husband now, we were dating. It took me a while to come out of that what's the right word I'm looking for? Mentality of thinking.
Okay.
It took me a while because, and I have to say, majority of my, and I didn't have a lot of them, but majority of them, I had to literally fight. So when I got with Eric, and I remember we was having a pillow fight, and I don't like anybody hitting me in my face.
Yeah.
So automatically I was like, all right, time to throw up the hand. And he literally had to say, whoa, I'm not here to hurt you. I understand what you went through in your past, because I explained to him what happened in the past.
Okay.
So he said, I'm not here to hurt you. He said, love doesn't hurt physically. So I had to rethink things through and say, wow, this man is actually taking the time out, because he could have jetted. In all honesty, I don't have time to deal with this. But he took the time and said, I'm here to love you. I'm not here to beat on you. I'm not here to bash you. And had he not did that, we probably wouldn't be married today.
But did you put the walls down after he said that?
Yes, I did.
But see, that's what I'm getting at. So for somebody, I guess you could say for Eric was being transparent. He was being vulnerable.
Right.
He came to you.
Right.
His vulnerability allows you to put that wall down.
Right.
In a sense of, I don't know if you do it, Didi, or not, but if a man is being vulnerable, being transparent, coming to you and saying, hey, I'm here. I want to get to know you, and eventually I want to get to love you. But if you still have that wall up, that's not fair to that gentleman to have to keep going through all the trials and tribulations that you went through that person didn't do it. I get it. Like, we all been hurt. And everybody's different. We all, hold on to our hurt different ways.
Right.
We all, transfer it different ways.
Right.
But in caring for your case with Eric, the fact that he came to you, he like, I see, I recognize what you've been through, but I'm telling you, I'm not here to hurt you.
Absolutely.
So whatever he showed you or whatever he did gave you enough confidence to let down your wall to let him in. So that's a whole different thing. I appreciate that. It's more so for women that probably being approached by a guy or a gentleman, whoever, that potentially maybe could be a suitor for you, but then you never gave him the chance because your first line of defense of, I don't got time. That dude come off kind of being like pushy, like, what you mean you don't got time? Like, shit, like, okay, fine, forget you that.
Yeah.
Like, saying like...
In a sense, like, going back to I feel like people, from your experience and other people, that can, like, shape you and mold you to be who you are, in a sense. Because, like, if that's all you've experienced all your life, and you don't know any other way, isn't that you?
True.
So if you're trying to, like, change that, in a sense, you're not being you, in a sense. And I get sometimes, like, well, change, like, I'm change as far as, like, being somebody else or to fitting society standard, or that man's standard. You're not being yourself. And I get sometimes women should open up and be like, listen, like, this happened, that happened. And it takes time. If a woman is emotionally damaged, it's not going to take a one conversation type of thing. It's going to be like, listen, I got to work with you to, like, break this thing down.
I get that.
So it's like, in a sense, that could be that person is. And it's like, who are anyone to tell them, like, hey, like, that's not okay. I'm not like that person. Yeah, we get it, but their past experiences, their past probably said the same thing. I ain't that person, and probably trying to be that person.
I get that.
So it probably takes time for someone to be like, you know what, let me chill a little bit. And it may take months or years, like who knows? But it's up to that person, being damaged, to be like, I gotta break this thing down, or of the spouse to be, listen, I gotta work with you still, but we're gonna get this together. It's not just me, it's both of us. If we're willing to work this out, we can do this. But it could be just how the person is. And who are we to say, change? That's not cool.
And I didn't let it down like that. As soon as he said it, it took time.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? He proved himself to the fact where, and I think this go back to communication again, because had I not told him my past, I think he would have been out because he didn't know. You know what I mean? So when he has said that, you know, well, I'm not that type of guy, and it's like, okay, that was never told to me before.
Okay.
So that made the difference. So I'm like, okay, now he's hearing me without me even saying how I'm really feeling. You know what I mean? And then reassuring me, I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude. So within time, it's like, okay,
It became easier.
yes, yeah, to the fact where I can truly say today, I can't even see myself without this man. Because a lot of times, the guys before, the boyfriends before, couldn't handle me because of I'm very strong-minded. You know what I mean? But he took the time to invest and be like, this is the woman I want to be with. And I'm going to do whatever I have to do to let her know that I'm in this to the end. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of time, like when Diddy's situation, it's like life is too short. You know what I mean? So either you come correct or don't come at all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because, and I get what she's saying, like, that's like saying, I don't have time. Okay, perfect example. I go get my nails done every 2 weeks. My nail technician, she's leaving, moving to South Carolina. I don't want to have to train nobody to do my nails.
I get it.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, evidently they must have been watching you for a while and then picking the right time to come to approach you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if that's the case, then you should know more about me because you can learn a lot about people just by watching someone, and without words being even shared. You know, I noticed your favorite color is green. I noticed that you drive this color car. I noticed you get up every certain morning and run, or whatever the case may be. They're taking time.
She said stalker.
I'm like, hey, how you do that?
Wait. Police, yo,
Right?
get your dog out of here. But yeah, no,
You see what I'm saying?
I get that.
They're
I get
taking
your
time
point.
to
I
get
get your
to know
point.
me. So when you come, you're coming to me correct.
Okay.
Without sitting here wasting my time. Because think about it. She'll be 21 next year. You know what I mean? Now she's getting into school, which is a different environment for her. Totally different environment for her. I don't have time to train you to be a man. K. Michelle says it all. I can't, how she say it?
Can't raise a man.
You see what I'm saying? I don't have time to raise you as a man. That's something you should have been taught from home. And if not, then some other man should have took time to teach you how to be a man. As a woman, I can't tell you how to be a man, but I can tell you what I want in a man.
Fair enough.
And if you can't come to me like that, then don't waste my time.
Yeah. And that's how I am. Like, as far as like say I don't got time, that's exactly what I mean. It's like I've been through so much in my past to make me who I am now, and it's like I'm not going backwards. I gave so much confidence. I'm not going backwards. So I had a time experience before where this guy came up to me and he was trying to run game or whatever, and I'm like, what's your intent? And I knew him for a long time, you know. And then I was like, what's your intent right now? I said, what do you want? So you want to mess around or you want to get into shit? What do you want to do? And he was like, you're being direct. And I'm like, what do you want? Because clearly you want an end goal. So what do you want exactly? And it come off like harsh, like, what do you want now? It was more like, seriously,
But the word, what do you want, is harsh. Because remember, now, I can't speak for all men. I can't.
Right.
But the word itself, I would just use the word play. What do you want is an open-ending question. It means give me a direct answer like yes and no. There's no wiggle room. You say, what do you want? It means you better tell me exactly what you want or I'm walking out that door. So being direct, and again, I can't speak for all men. That do come across being harsh. But again, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about. A lot of society don't know how to deal with y'all. Like hearing that. So I'm a black male. That's the only thing I hear all single day. If you don't come to me direct, shit, I can't talk to you. I can't do all that. Well, shit. As soon as you say, well, I'm out the door. Like shit, I need to know personally myself. What do you want? Like, why do you want me to talk to you? Like, shit, like, to be honest, like, do you want to have kids? You don't want to have kids. Like, do you want to get married? You don't want to have kids. Like, I want to know the same thing too. But that's just how I was raised. I wasn't raised to be I don't want to use the word soft, but being subtle.
You know you're not so.
What you trying to say? How what you trying to say?
Y'all, if y'all don't know, you will know. It's far from being soft.
I'm kind.
You are kind,
very
but you have zero tolerance.
No, I don't know what tolerance is. I can't even spell tolerance. I'm playing. No, but there you go. Because how I was raised to be very direct in everything I want. So there's no miscommunication of what I am saying or doing. Now, I even do this in my relationship. I say it multiple times. I told you exactly what I said. There's nothing different. If I said it one time, it's literally, that's what I said. You don't need to decode. You don't need to guess. You don't need to put me in a category of your past, of your ex. That's not me. If I say I don't know, guess what? That actually means I don't know. That don't mean, wait, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to come back to you in 20 minutes and I'm going to come back with another fucking answer. No, it means I don't know.
Exactly.
Don't ask me again.
Exactly.
If I say I want to go somewhere, that's where I want to go.
Right.
It's that simple.
Then, okay, let me just reverse this a little bit, okay? So as women of color, right? And I know people can say that, you know, like when Deanna said, well, what do you want? It could be very, it's direct. It's a direct question, right? You said open and in, direct. So what do we do so that way our time is not being wasted? You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
How do you soften the blow, you mean?
Yeah,
I'm not softening. What do you want?
It's like, you know, if I'm sitting
I'm like, listen.
if I'm sitting here, okay, let's just say, okay, Deanna's on the campus, right? She's sitting here in the library. She's doing her work. She's focused on getting her stuff done, right? She's not thinking about no relationship right now. She's thinking about, this is my first year here. I need to get myself familiar with the campus and focus on what I need to do. And a guy come in, and we all know, whether it's a guy or girl, comes distractions.
Yeah.
Right? We all know if you're focusing on this, and whether it's a guy or woman comes to get to know you, that's a distraction because it takes you away from what your plan was to do. Yeah. Right?
Huh?
So if she says to this young guy, you know, okay, oh hi, my name is Ken. How you doing, Ken? I'm Deanna. How you doing, Deanna? You conversating. A lot of times, people, and it's not going to be. She's not going to come and say, okay, what do you want? That's not going to happen.
Are you?
No. Like, that's the only time I do that is if the guy and I are talking and we've been talking for a long period of time and it's like, you're dragging me. What exactly do you want from me? That's when I'll go about saying,
so when it's not clear.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's different.
Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Clarity of what? Yeah.
You know, like, do you want to mess around or do you want a relationship? What exactly do you want? So I can know.
Yeah, that's if the guy's to be honest, at the end of the first conversation, if you can't pick up on what that guy's want, maybe the second conversation might be more clear. But whether men or female, we will always tell you what we want in the conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
It might not be direct, but you can get a sense of where this is going to go.
Where they're going, exactly.
If Ken, let's just say, you know, basically come to your DD and he's like, oh my God, that you got beautiful eyes, you know, this is your first time being on the campus, and actually getting to know you, looking, like sitting down, talking to you face to face, getting to know you, and walk away without asking your number, you already know that guy wasn't there for sex. He genuinely just wanted to talk to you.
See, I'm kind of blind to all that.
She is not.
What?
Yeah, Ty.
I don't know what's flirting with me.
She don't know.
Really?
That's who I am. You know what can I say?
She don't know.
I don't know when someone's flirting with me. It's pretty sad. Like, someone can legit say compliments, like, "Oh, thank you." People but I will not know. Like, I'm just blind.
She
to
is.
that fact.
I even said to her, I said, "Deanna, this guy just was flirting with you." What guy? I said, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
You know, she don't have a clue.
No.
And again, if her mind is, and we're in a sneaker store, right? It was a junior year, and she was looking for sneakers. And I said, "You like these?" He said, "Well, yeah, because if she was my girl, I'd buy her for her." I said,
"That was direct."
I did not know what. I was really.
Whoa. That was 100. If that was my girl. That was my girl, that whole statement is direct.
I'm thinking like, wow, like if that was his girl, like he would buy the sneakers for like, wow,
no,
completely.
He's wow, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. It goes over my head. Okay. That's why I'm so like. Completely. You have to tell me, hey, I like you. I know.
Okay,
I'm that direct. You have to be that direct. With
me. Get that, but I mean, come on, like if a person's sitting there like, hey, if
it's so sad.
If that was my girl, then yeah, I do.
No, I'm not.
He literally said I would buy the sneakers for her, and I'm like. Yo, you trying to... Yo, dude, you flirting with my daughter? And I'm saying, Deanna, do for her. What guy? The one that went back and got the sneakers for you? Were you not paying attention? Mom, I
Did you
wasn't
just
focused.
hear?
You know, I caught that.
I didn't catch
You
it.
know, but life is going to teach her.
Like we'll teach you some hard ways that they're gonna teach you
know,
hard.
Yes, but she right. That's just her.
That's
she
how
it's
I
just
am.
Completely.
That's-
If you don't come to her direct, she gonna think it's like, oh, well, that's so nice. He gonna buy these sneakers for his
No,
girlfriend.
my thing with me is I tell every guy that though. I don't care if it's like a guy or like a girl. I'm like, you know, like friends. I'm very like, be direct with me. Like, I'm not a direct person. I'm indirect. But as far as you approaching me, you gotta be direct because I don't know.
I get it.
You don't get it?
I get that. There's a lot of people need the clarity of where to go in the direction. So, Didi, you're beautiful. Okay, I got it. Good. Now I'd be like, hey, Didi, nice eyes, love your hair. That's indirect. I'm still saying you're beautiful,
Yeah.
but in a non-direct manner.
right.
Now on the back end, when you say that you indirect, stop me if I'm wrong. The emotional factor, you need to process anything before it comes out your mouth.
Yes.
So yeah.
Because I can't just, if I just go up and say it, like yesterday, one of my good friends, she was like late somewhere. And I was like, okay. And my mom was like, tell her how you feel. And I was like,
I can't do that.
I'll give it a day, which is today. And I was like, I'll give it a day. And to, you know, I got to process everything that's going on. I don't want to say anything I'm going to regret. And that's just how I am.
I get that.
That's how I am. And
that's
I'm
true.
like, let me take a day, which is today. And she's like, oh my God, like I was late because I couldn't back in park. And I'm like,
Perfect.
what? For 30 minutes, sis? You couldn't back in park? And I was like, she told me, but okay, we cool. But if I would have flipped and been like, where you I look dumb, why you late?
But it's how you say it.
No, but
That's
I
the
was
key.
mad. You know I was mad. I was ticked. 30 minutes in the restaurant
Yeah,
by myself.
but when I
that was
said
crazy.
tell her, I don't mean tell her, and I should have clarified myself. So I do apologize. But when I say tell her, because this is the thing, and I don't like when people do this to me. You feel a certain way, and then you come and you conversate. And my girlfriend from North Carolina did that to me. She felt a certain way, but she never told me till months later. I'm like, you need to tell me. I'm not a mind reader. Talk to me.
Sometimes it's hard.
It's very hard. It's very hard. And then she said, you know what? You're right. And she's the same way. She's very direct. You know, and I said, I don't take that personal because you and I are good friends. But it's not what you say, but how you say it. Now, if you come and you pointing your finger and you calling me everything in the book, we have an
Bust
issue.
your ass.
We got an issue.
I'm gonna break
But
that
if
finger.
you come to me and say, you know what, earlier I was kind of upset with you because I sat there and I waited and I waited and I waited. I didn't get a phone call. And then they kept coming to me, asking me, is your party coming? 15 minutes later. Is your party coming? 10 minutes later. Is your party coming? I felt embarrassed. I don't see anything wrong with saying that. But I also understand that when you're angry or upset, yes, you take the time to calm yourself down and then approach it. But a lot of times, Didi won't because she'll be like, you know what? Okay, it's done. I understand what happened. I'm done with it. But I don't think it's fair for the friend that you felt that way because she left. She left. And then she texted her and then she went back. So Didi was at the restaurant waiting for her.
Okay.
And then she left the restaurant.
Oh, D.
Yeah, I left the restaurant,
You
yeah.
left.
And then Didi went back to
Then
the
she turned
restaurant.
back around. Okay.
Right. So I just felt like, you know, okay, until you calm down. But by the time you guys got there, sat down and you ate, at that time, you know, and everybody's different. If she was at the point where she was calm, then you should have told her then instead of waiting 2 to 3 days later, because it's not going to be as effective.
No, like, because my thing
Okay.
is that, like, when it happens that day, especially it was her birthday, so I don't want to make things.
Which I totally
Yeah.
understand.
And
I
again,
totally
me being
understand.
me, I'm that's not how I am.
Yeah, not on her birthday, because you would have really jacked up her birthday.
Yeah, that's not how I am.
But-
so that's why I was like, let me take a day, let her enjoy her day. Even if it wasn't her birthday, I still took a day because it's like it still happened that same day. I need a day to at least clear, like,
Yeah,
you know.
I get it.
Process
I get it.
everything.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I
And
get
that's
that.
when I was kind of like, you know what? Let me approach it. And I approached it. She was like, oh yeah, I was trying to back in park and I couldn't back in park. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
I get it. Like, you couldn't back in park, which is like, sis, really? But like, I get it.
Judge.
She's new to driving. She's new to driving.
Oh,
She's new to driving.
There's a lot of people that don't know how to back in.
Well, she's a new driver, so
Yeah, so she
Yeah,
couldn't
give her
do
time.
it. And I was like, okay, like, I get it. But like, again, it took me like, a day to like just release everything and just calm down and just reapproach it.
Right.
That's exactly what I did today. And I was like, it's okay, I get it. It makes sense. So
I'll be honest. So to help you understand that, I think that's a Libra thing.
Yeah, because y'all two the same.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I would never, and it doesn't matter who it is, my girl, even Eric, like
Right.
even y'all. Like if I was feeling some type of way, if my emotion is involved, I shut it down. I cannot lash out because I'm not thinking logic.
Yeah.
In that motion or in that moment, I'm emotionally wound up.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm liable to say some shit
Right.
that is not going to be healthy. That's
Right.
going to benefit that situation.
Right.
So now I got to think logically, am I mad at that person or is it a trigger that was caused prior that caused me to act like this? Because
Right.
it might not even be that person.
Right.
It could be the fact that I don't like people wasting my time. It could be that. So
Yeah.
I don't need to take my frustration out on my friend. It's the
Right.
fact that I don't like people wasting my time.
Right.
Not the fact that now you wasted 30 minutes of my time.
Right.
I can't lash at you. But so let me take, a day. And if I got this rule within 24 hours, if I'm still mad in 24 hours, I'm gonna approach you. But in 24 hours, if I'm not mad, then obviously it wasn't that important.
That's exactly what I do. I'm like, okay, like,
Yeah.
if it doesn't bother me, then I'm gonna chill, let it go. And
Yeah.
you're more so like, I'm gonna approach it. I'm like,
But
Mom,
again,
like-
right. And because I just feel like, and I am that person. If I'm ticked off, no. Because I can't take back what word. And I'm not all about hurting people's feelings.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear on that part. I'm not all about hurting people's feelings because the way I talk to you is the way I want you to talk to me.
Exactly.
So I keep that in mind to the fact where watch what you say and how you say it, Karen.
Exactly.
Because if I'm coming at you and I'm talking to you in a respectable manner, but you coming at me aggressive, now it's like, okay, I tried.
Now
Now you taking me there. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
I get that.
But if I feel like, I got up and I was prepared, I was ready, you told me this time, and I'm there, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. Now it's like, okay, this is so disrespectful.
Yeah, no, I get that.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I understand what you're saying, that you need time to get the words. It was her birthday, and I, you don't mess up anybody's birthday. You really don't, because you can't get that day back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I'm just talking to the fact in general that if I have something that I need to say, because I'll be like, I'm not going to say nothing. Nope, I can't hold that. I need to say something.
Let's go. I gotta say it.
Something. And then how I approach is like, do you have a minute? I need to talk to you.
Okay.
And then I need, don't tell me, well, yeah, I got 2 minutes. No. It's going to take longer than 2 minutes. I need to talk to you because I have some things that's in me that I need to get out, because I feel like if I can't communicate to you and you my girl, you understand what I'm saying? We best of friends. We like, listen, I got your back, you got my back. And if I can't come to you and talk to you how I want to talk to you, not in a disrespectful manner, but release some things I feel that what you did or what you said was disrespectful to me. And if I can't talk to you like that, then why we girls?
That's true. I get that.
So me, I have no problem plucking you up from the root.
Yeah.
I will pluck it because I just feel like it's not a growing relationship or a growing friendship. Because now I feel like the growth has been stunned. We can't go nowhere because I can't talk to you as my friend. You understand what I'm saying?
I get that part. I get that part.
Yeah, so I would slowly but surely pluck it up from the root and then gradually move on.
Okay.
I would say
Stop playing.
I don't do that. I don't.
Gradually move.
I will move on.
You move on. You don't gradually move on.
I
You
do
move on.
because I won't. I'll just. I won't
You move
call
on.
anyone.
You don't gradually. I gradually move on. You don't move on. Like.
She's like, Mars, stop all that bullshit, man.
I'm just.
I'm like that. Like he's talking for myself. No.
Because you do not gradually move on.
I can't.
I gradually move on. You're like, I'm done with you. Bye. And
Okay,
that's
yeah,
it.
I do say that. But meanwhile, there's hurt there because we were best of friends. So when I say gradually move on, that's what I'm talking about. When I call you a friend, I tell people, I always say this: don't call me a friend if we're not friends. I'd rather you label me as an associate
That's true.
than a friend.
That's true.
Because if I'm your girl,
You go, sorry.
if I'm your girl, I don't care what time of night it is. I'm gonna be right there for you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But don't let me feel that way. But the feeling's not mutual.
That's true.
Yo, pluck it up from the root and I'm out.
But I feel like nowadays people take friends as associates. Like they mix the two
They
together.
have, yeah, I'm gonna say
sometimes.
they don't have no idea.
And
what
I'm
that
like,
is.
no, like,
See, I don't have that
It's like-
situation because I don't have.
but it's like what you and Dad said, like friend it's an end. I don't like using the word friend sometimes because it's like friends, like a true relationship with someone wouldn't end. So it's just
Exactly.
like I don't like using the word friend sometimes because friends can disappoint you, like associates can disappoint you. So if anything, like you, my sister, you, my brother, like your family, that I feel like carries more weight than just being a friend.
And an associate.
But
Yeah,
associate wouldn't matter.
I was about to say, I know in
It wouldn't
standards of the word of a friend, and this is how I look at it, a friend has meaning.
Exactly.
Like there's a structure behind a friend.
Right.
Like you know my intimate secret detail. Like yo, we don't have to talk for like months. I got a best friend in Florida, Matt. And if you listen to Matt, what's up? We don't talk for like years, and I mean
Right.
like years. I saw him a couple months ago. He came up. We picked right back up where we left off at.
Exactly.
Like just easy. Like shit, my brother Junior, again, if you're listening, shout out to my brother Junior. We didn't talk for like 9 years.
Wow.
I pick up the phone, be like, hey, I miss you. Okay, I was waiting for you to call.
Like nothing happened.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, cool, fine.
Yeah.
And it's just good because that establishment, that bond, that foundation was built, you know what I'm saying, in the
Exactly.
beginning. So I know him personally. Like I know him as a person. He know me as a person. He knows what I hold at a standard. I know what he holds at a standard.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, friends, it's just like family. Like, they're going to piss you off.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to push some buttons and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, a true friend knows everything about you.
Exactly.
And then same thing, like I said, same thing with both of them guys, you know, Matt and Junior. Like,
Right.
I can go months, years without talking to them. But I promise you, like, if I call them or they call me, they're on right there.
Exactly.
If I got whatever I have to do to get to where they at, I would do my job.
Exactly. You go the extra mile and wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I so understand that. That's why I don't have a lot of friends. I don't. Matter of fact, I can count on one hand. Everybody else is associate. You know what I mean? So that way I don't attach myself to you. But the
Exactly.
ones that I have developed that friendship, it was worth it because something happened for us to connect.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when we connect, we there. And I feel like if something's bothering me, I'm going to come to you and I'm going to talk to you about it.
Exactly.
And I'm going to say, listen, this is how I feel. And I need you to clarify, what did you mean by that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to feel where you're coming from because I need clarification on this.
Yeah.
And then they would explain what they meant. And then, okay, we cool. And then we move on.
Yeah.
But an associate, I really don't care what you think.
Exactly. Like for me, with the word associate, to be honest, I expect for you to fuck up. Like I'll be honest. Like if I call you my associate, I expect for you to lie, cheat, steal,
Exactly.
do some dumb shit,
Exactly.
like not show up, be late,
Right.
fucking my time. Like to be honest, if associate, like in your situation with the whole being at the thing, if that was associate to me, I would be like, okay, cool. You said you're gonna be here in like a half an hour. Honestly, I would jump to the car where they've been like left already. Because to me, your time is not valuable to me. Like, I don't hold you in a high standard. If you would have showed up, you would have showed up. If you won't, like, fuck it, I don't care. Now, if you would have showed up, like, hey, Talia, where you at? I'm like, oh, I left. Like, I thought we had some, oh, shit. I thought you wasn't coming because you didn't show up. Oh, yeah, I'm here now. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'm on the other side of town, so can we reschedule? Like, I
Exactly.
wouldn't think nothing of it because, again, I already had it in my head, like, shit. You don't value my time because if you know me as a friend, you know time for me means your ass got to be there 20 minutes early. That's being on time for me.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
being on time.
Yes.
Right. Being on time is 20 minutes early.
Yes.
So
Yes.
for my friends, they know that.
Right.
So, but if I call you associate, like you said, Karen, like I can care shit. Like
can care less.
What the hell?
Exactly.
Like you show up, you show up. You don't. You lie to me, you lie to me.
Right.
I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Like,
No.
I can care two shits. Like
Right.
fuck it. But
Right.
like you said, it's true. I don't think people understand the meaning of friendship and associate. Like I think everybody is so worried about, I guess, being liked and for the whole topic of what we've been talking about, they don't know how to be themselves. Like
Exactly.
they trying to inject themselves into the different programs
Right.
and the different environment
Right.
to get that validation of who they are as a person and
Right.
not really knowing
Right.
who you are. Like shit, my circle is like 4 people.
Yep.
4 people.
Yep.
And out of that 4, one of them is me.
In your own circle, listen, hey.
Right.
But see, at the end of the day, like in high school and college, like, yeah, I had abundance of associates, my
Right.
friends,
Right.
of associates.
Right.
And again, this is just me. Yo, it's hard putting up with that. Yo, it's hard waking up trying to go parties and dressing up and putting on this fucking show. Like, shit, sometimes I don't want to talk to your ass.
No, for real.
Sometimes I don't want to party. Sometimes I don't want to drink. Sometimes I don't want. Sometimes I don't want to. Look, every other Friday, me and my brother get together with the kids. Do you know what we fucking do? We sit on the goddamn couch, watch TV. That's what we think is fun.
Right,
Like
right,
that's
right.
fun for us. We
Right.
might be old, fuck it, who cares?
Right.
But that's
right.
fun for us. We
Right.
get together, we sit back, we watch TV, freaking
Right.
the girls downstairs playing and screaming and stuff like that. That's fun.
Right.
Like, I'm tired.
Right.
I don't want to go out to the bar or go to the club. Like, fuck off. No.
Yeah. You want to just chill and
Yeah,
relax.
watch TV,
Yeah.
watch movies that we clearly watch like multiple times.
Right.
But who cares?
It's exact.
It's fun. It's relaxing. Like having a whole bunch of associates putting on that act in that show. Like, yo, I'm tired.
Exactly.
Like I'm tired trying to be
Exactly.
something that I'm not. Like,
Exactly.
yo, sometimes
Exactly.
I don't want to pretend like I'm done. Now, for that statement, I will have to say this, and I did this with my brother. I did them my like playing down how smart I was. I did that for 10 years. Do you know how bad I felt inside? Like, it was disgusting knowing that, not that I'm smarter than my brother, but I am capable of being the best version of myself, and I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
Do you know every time that I would go to class and I would get like all these A's and stuff like this, I made sure that they didn't announce it to make sure that my brother didn't feel some type of way.
Wow.
Like I made sure that I did everything at the bare minimum. Like the bare minimum. And when I mean the bare minimum, like taking the test, you know, if you answer all the questions that you know right, that's guarantee a C.
Yeah.
I will always do that. You know, and damn well I know that whole fucking test before that shit even come out.
Dang.
I wouldn't do that.
Like it's
I can't relate to that.
I can definitely understand what he's, and I agree with you. I can understand how you feel because you're putting people's emotions before.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it, but on the long end of that, you hurt yourself in the long
Yeah,
run.
I did. I'm not like I felt I lost so many
Exactly.
years. And that me being in that position to do certain things
Right.
could have brought me something different.
Right.
Like it could definitely open up doors
Right.
differently that where I'm at now. But on the back end too, everything I'm doing now was meant to happen no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I honestly do regret, and I always say this to everybody, never let anybody dim your light, including the people that's close to you.
Exactly.
If the people that's close to you can't respect your light or even add to your light to make it burn brighter, they don't need to be with you.
And that's how it was, especially in high school. Like, no, I know you started like that. I know.
She like staring at you hard like, girl, I just fucking said that.
No, because one thing I have to say that my daughter, and sometimes she makes me so upset with her because, you know, she has a genuine heart. She really does. But people take it for granted. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I don't like.
Fair
and
enough.
see, for me, and I see that. And my first instinct is protect my child.
Yeah.
That's my first instinct. So I come down like, Dee, this person's no good. Dee, this person, they say one thing, but then, again, I'm the one, I'm going to listen to what you have to say. I can hear you, and there's a difference between hearing and listening.
It is true.
I'm listening to what you're telling me that this individual said to you. But what she's saying to you, reality is saying that's a lie. Right? She had a friend that lied and said about some sickness.
So what? Some sickness?
Sickness.
Being sick.
Being sick.
Like,
Okay.
like terminally ill.
Right.
Why would somebody fucking lie about being sick?
To be accepted in. right?
So somebody lied to get into your circle.
She was already in my circle.
Okay.
But I think she lied to get more attention in my circle.
Oh shit.
Because I'm very close to like other people as well, and she knows that. And you know, I think she lied just to get the other
Closer.
guy's attention that was cool with.
There was a guy.
Yes.
So again,
multiple guys.
and we
Yes.
talked about this last Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
About getting you lied to yourself to be accepted
when
in.
she was telling
right?
about her
Hold
friend.
that for 1 second.
Who was sick? It just what she was saying, reality came, it didn't mend.
Okay.
It didn't mend, right? So it's like, okay. And I said to my daughter, I said, baby girl, you have to see for what this is. I think she's lying. Now, why would anybody lie about being sick?
That's
It's a
crazy.
sickness.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Leukemia.
Wait. She lied about having leukemia.
Yes.
Leukemia.
She can't pick any other sickness. Like, why the fuck would you?
Leukemia and sickle cells, apparently. Yeah. So.
Please tell me that you're not friends with her.
Like, no, I'm not.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say
When
anything.
everything blew up, I was mad because, again, my mom said I'm a very, like, caring, genuine person.
Okay.
So, like, when she told me, she didn't even tell me. My best friend told me, and she was on the phone while I was on the phone. I didn't know she was on the phone. And I found that out, like, a couple months back. And I was like, no one told me that. So y'all just, why can't she tell me? Why are you being her assistant? And she said, well, she don't know how to say it to you. And I'm like, it's her thing. Why can't she tell me?
Yeah, it's her
And it's like, I knew her since 8th grade. Why couldn't she tell me? Like, I'm 19? I'm like, you couldn't tell me that? Like, really? So, like, and that also, like, backstory, like, when she did tell me she had the other disease or whatever, I got on my bed and I was working a double. I remember it. And I was like, Mom, I gotta see Eileen right. Oh, crap, I said her name. Anyways, I gotta see her right now. I gotta see her right now. And my mom was like, why? Like, it's late. You're not going. Like, what if something happens? And I'm like, Mom, I gotta go. And Mom was like, hey, go. And I went, and I'm talking, like, I pulled a shift from, like, 9 in the morning all the way to, like, 9:30 at night. And I do mean a double, where I worked from 9 to 3:30, other job, 3:30 to 9:30. That's what I meant, with, like, a 30-minute break in between.
And then you went to go see that.
Exactly. At, like, 10-something at night. And she lives close by. Yeah, she lives close. She lives close by. She does live close by. But my other friend, she lives in Bloomfield, and she was like, "Can you come to my house right now?" And I'm like, "Let's go." You didn't know that. Drove to her house. I know you didn't know that. I drove to her house. I drove to.
Please don't kill her.
No. I drove to my other friend's house because we were so we can all be in one area together so we can work through this. And she was crying and crying and crying. I had to console her and everything. And I'm like, it's going to be okay. Drove her back. By the time I got back, it was about like 11:30 going on 12. Somewhere between there, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had to work the next day. I do mean like 9 o'clock. Like 9 o'clock be at my job. That means waking up at like 7:30.
You see, that part of you, I don't possess.
Yeah. So like...
Great. Like,
So when I say I'm a giving person, I'm a very, very giving person. So when I finally when she was like, "You never there for me," I was like, "Whoa, what?" I flipped because I'm like, "You serious? Like I've been there for you since day one. What are you talking about?" So I do give myself a lot. I give a part of myself to people.
You give too
lot.
much.
I do give too much.
You give too much.
And reflecting back on my past relationship with the dude or whatever, like I've changed and you saw that I've changed, but my attitude changed. I became more direct. I'm not a direct person. I became more so like kind of violent and just angry.
Aggressive.
I did.
I think that's more
Not
like a
yeah,
defense.
aggressive. Aggressive.
I think that's more like a defense.
No, but I was with him when that was happening. Like he's a very like angry, not violent. He's a very angry person, and I'm not like that. And being around him, I became very, very like angry and like you said, aggressive. And there's been a time where I almost. You didn't know this, but I almost got.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
I almost got suspended because of him. I did. Because no, seriously, I did. Because I lashed out on a security guard and almost got suspended. And the principal was like, "What's going on? Like, what's really happening?" And he was like, "You don't act like this. Like, seriously, what's going on?" And I'm like, I don't know who I am anymore. I think that's the first time.
I didn't.
I think that's the first time where I actually said it to somebody else. And he was like, he didn't understand what I was saying. He was more like, "What are you talking about? You're right here." And I'm like, no,
Yes,
like
sir.
mentally, I don't know who I am. This is not who I am. And I think at that moment, it took time for me to separate myself from this individual. And I didn't fully separate myself until, like, of course, he moved away. But I think it came at the right time because that happened in September. He moved in January. So it came at the right time. And at the time, I didn't understand. I cried and like, why is he moving? But for me, and I'm very religious, like God knew what he was doing at the moment.
Yeah.
And it only bettered me. So I do thank my mom and my dad for putting up with that because it was I was always defensive towards them. Like, you know, you talking about he's different. Like, I was very
movie. I'm like, this can't be my household. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But like, yeah, but even my brother, like, he was like, this is not you. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's always been me. What are you talking about? I just became so angry for no reason. I just and I started to work on myself to get better, and I'm still working on myself. I'm not gonna, like, he did a lot of damage to me, and I haven't, like, and this was back in 2016, 3 years ago, and I'm just now trying to get myself together and find out who I am, and I have, and it's like it was a work in progress, and dealing with my friends and everything. That's why I say, like, what do you want? Because it's like, I've been through so much. What do you want? And that's why it's like, that's the way that I am now, because of what I experienced before and what I'm still currently going through with friends. Like, that's how I am.
Because even when I would say to her, you know, Deanna, go put the dishes in the dishwasher, or whatever the case may be, her tone was rude. So I'm like, whoa.
Don't
realize
bring this
who
in
you
this
talking
house.
to. Exactly.
Don't bring this in this
realize
house.
who you talking to, because, you know, I don't play that stuff. But Ma, I don't see anything wrong with my tone. No, your tone is nasty. You know, so I would have to come at her like, just to remind her, I'm not your friend. I'm your mother.
No,
you know what I mean? Now, whatever you argue with your boyfriend at that time, or your friends, I think you need to take a look, put your glasses on, and look who you talking to. Because Mama don't play that.
Oh, bust your ass.
You know, I don't play that.
Bust your ass.
But her tone was rude. Or her dad would say something and, you know, and it's like, whoa. Slow your roll, chick. Slow your roll. Because you're out of line. Because she allows somebody to take her real self away and portray to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is not my baby girl. Because never has she ever came out of her mouth and disrespected me. Nor would I ever tolerate that. You know what I mean? Not even when she was small. I don't think it's cute when kids cussing their parents out when they're small.
No.
No, that's not cute. Because them kids gonna grow to be bigger.
Yeah.
And I may not have never seen Deanna and I before, but she's a lot taller than me. And she's a lot thicker than me. You know? But I'm still the mother of the house.
I brought you in this world and I'll take your ass out. That's the famous word of any mother.
Exactly. You know?
That's the famous word of any mother.
Exactly. Because the sacrifice that I made, I chose to make them sacrifice so my kids can have. But I will not tolerate my kids coming being disrespectful for the ones that suffered, you know what I mean? Or sacrificed so they can have, you know? So when he took the real Deanna away and put on this other Deanna, I didn't like it.
Okay.
But again, we all been there where you can't say nothing about your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I'm in love. Chick, you don't even know what love is.
Can you spell love?
You know what I mean? But
I know what love is, man. Get the hell out of here.
right? Yes, I know what love is. What is it?
Exactly.
Thought so.
Exactly.
So.
Well, she or he bring me flowers and get the butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Or send me text message say good morning, beautiful, with a heart. What?
Ain't love,
No,
man.
exactly.
You don't know shit about love.
You know?
Love is struggle, man. Love is being there when you have nothing, man. Love. No, you get butterflies in my stomach.
It's probably gas. Ain't no.
Oh, God.
Anyhow, so, but I'm glad that she realized.
I like that.
She realized that, you know, who she is now. And she's becoming a stronger, better, more, always reading, always educating herself of what not to do and what not to become. And I respect that from her. But as a parent, I had to learn to take a step back and let her, again, life was going to teach you some hard stuff. And we don't want our children to go through anything. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to allow life to take its course so that way they will know as they get older, this is what you don't, this is what you look for to not accept.
That's true.
Any man or any woman, ladies, if you have any man that's coming to you in an aggressive manner, take a step back and look and say to yourself, you're more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to be who you are. How can you tell me you love somebody when you don't even love yourself?
That's the hardest thing sometimes. 'Cause it took me a lot to love myself.
Exactly.
Because like I was fond of myself. I liked myself.
That you didn't love
But you
yourself.
I didn't love it, and like it. I always viewed like loving yourself as like, oh, like I love my body and this and that. But like you said before, like love is struggle. And I feel like when you struggled with yourself, that's the most important thing.
Preach, girl.
So it's like once you've been through a lot mentally with yourself and like been in that dark cloud and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, that's when you can truly say, I actually do love myself.
Yes, exactly.
It's not about body image or, skin color or your hair. Like sometimes it's just about, listen, life is rough. And if you can financially sustain life, financially, emotionally, everything, life, and you can say like, I'm okay and actually mean it,
Right.
you can finally say you actually do love yourself.
Right.
And it took me a lot to say that because
Right.
at a period of my life, I didn't love myself. I'm here. At the time, I didn't want to be here. At times, I'm like, I just don't want to be living right now. And I have felt like that. And it's like, going to a school that's, again, predominantly white and I'm Black. I had so many things against me, growing up that I didn't want to live. I did not want to be here. And when I finally explained it to my mom, she was like, what are you talking about? Like, this is not you. And I'm like, this has always been me, but I've never shown the side of me to you. Mm-hmm. So I think it took some time for me to actually say, like, again, I'm not okay. And also, I don't want to be here. I don't want to live. I don't want any of this. And I'm still working on myself. I'm better than I was before. But I can finally say now, it's like, I do appreciate life. I do appreciate my parents for, like, even encouraging me and telling, like, it's okay. It's life. You got this. So, yeah, like... Sorry, man. Okay.
Well, I definitely love the topic today. I mean, this is by far our longest discussion. And it's personal. I mean, we tackle, be yourself. And for the most part, the whole entire, segment was about being yourself. I definitely love the fact that you opened up and said some things that probably your mother didn't know. She's probably going to whoop your ass in the car.
That was like 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago.
I did not know
doesn't matter.
That's
She
it.
know it now. Your ass gonna mad.
Right?
Nah, I'm playing.
On the podcast, you gonna tell me.
I know, right? Not even in public. Like, you just want to be on air. Be like,
Everybody heard it.
like, yo, by the way, my pretty much you didn't notice, but at that time
Right,
when I
that
told
time.
those here,
Yeah.
this is what
Yeah.
really happened.
And she said it real quick. You ain't know this, mom. Okay, this is Cam. I'm like,
Just
She didn't say it. I'm being honest.
let's
Honest with myself.
let's just bypass what you just said. Right, let's go over there. But
yeah.
I would like to say, for you, Didi, speaking from one Libra to another Libra, especially you're a woman, I would like to say for future term, when you go off to college, take what I'm about to say seriously. Any man, any friend, anybody that comes in your life that make you second guess yourself, you already got your answer. Mm-hmm. Nobody, no man, no woman, no teacher, nobody should ever make you feel less than who you are.
That's right.
It took me a long time to actually embody who I am. I'm a brainiac. I'm a geek. I like fitness. I like science. I'm very educated. I'm very well knowledge in a lot of different things. And the group of people that I was around did not understand that. So I did dim my light. I became the stereotypical Black man. I rock Timbs and wear baggy pants and wear hoodies and not saying that that's a bad thing, but I became a person that wasn't me. And I lost a couple of years that I can't get back, but I learned a lot. In the years that I wasn't betraying myself, I was also learning. I was learning my surroundings. I was learning now what not to be. And I learned the most valuable thing on this earth. And if you haven't learned it yet, if somebody don't love you for who you are, fuck them. Simple as that. They don't need to be in your life. You don't need to put on a mask. You don't need to put on any type of show to be who they want you to be. Because at the end of the day, they don't deserve you. Yeah. They deserve the 100% realness. Mm-hmm. And then on the side note, and then I will end with this, that no man deserves any hurt that any one of us put in front of them. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking from me as a man, but I'm just talking about in a general sense that nobody deserves any trials and tribulations that another person put on us. And we should never, ever transfer over to the person that may actually help us grow and go to the next level. Because we are only shortening our blessings by not giving that person the opportunity. I give everybody equal opportunity to fuck
it.
up. I know that sounds fucked up, but I do. I give everybody that comes in my life the equal opportunity to fuck up, and also the equal opportunity to prove who they are to me. I will judge you by who you are.
Right.
Not what you say, not what you did with your past and stuff like that. However you treat me, that's how I'm gonna judge you. So I definitely want to leave off with that. And our next topic, it's going to be very interesting. I do have a topic that's going to be talking about cheating and why people cheat. And I'm just going to, kind of explore on that journey and see where that goes. I do have a speaker. I can't tell you the speaker name, but until next time, thank you for tuning in and happy holidays.